and that is storm damage. There used to be standing crop there. It was canola, and now you can't even tell. It looks like spring. Finally got stuff. I've got a death grip on this right now. All right, the roof guys came back. I guess there's a little amount of wind today. They couldn't put them on if there was wind, so they're lifting that one up. That one just came off. Ay, ay, ay. That would be stressful. I would not want to be the guy in the crane putting that up there. I'd probably cry. There's actually people working inside of there right now, so I don't know what they're doing. I'm assuming putting bolts and stuff in and making sure everything's tight, but oh boy. So this is where the bag used to be that we've been extracting, and we planted around them. So we didn't extract them before we planted, because you can see that they got right up to the bag with planting, and then we just drove over that stuff. And now they're picking up all of the nasty stuff. And I know Jaden just loves driving that dump truck so much. But that's all like rotten sunflower stuff that they couldn't pick up when they were extracting it. So you get it out of there so it doesn't get all gross. Just clean up things that we do while we're waiting for harvest and to get equipment ready. And the wheat still looks pretty darn good out here. Oh yeah, bud. Here's some of that first stuff we planted again. I think it is July 12th. And we're on the outside. There is some weeds, but oh yeah, they're filling out pretty good. So the stuff at the shop looks way better, and it hasn't headed out all the way yet, but look at that. Oh, this stuff is about, yeah, mid-thigh high-ish. It looks a lot better than the first time I came out and saw it. combines also got pulled into the shop just to get maintained, get things changed that needed to be changed. We had Gooseneck come out and do that for us. So Gooseneck is working on combines today. I have extension cords, and we are gonna go charge the grain cart that's sitting at the bin site so that we can try and finish unloading that bin, because we don't know when more outside trucks will be here, and we need to put the bags that we're emptying into the bin that we're trying to get empty today. Also, Joel is raking hay. So we're using the grain cart because we have to wait for outside trucks, and we only have that much left. It's not a lot. So if we do this, then we can get those wheat trucks into here directly after we hook up the auger that is sitting somewhere over there. Moisture probe. Stabbed. Yeah, oh, you can't really see it because it's overexposed. I did a lot of the swathing in the fields this year, so we were checking on the boys, see how they were doing with raking and baling hay. And that's what I did for a couple weeks, maybe like 2 weeks. I was swathing hay and it was really fun. I did have to swath a pass out of the wheat field though. That was painful because I had to get to the other hay field, and the only way you can get to that is through this field. Finally got stuck in the worst spot because you can see the interstate right behind me. I was swathing hay and the grass was covering all these divots. I'm not familiar with this field, not that that excuses it, but she is a good nugget. Easy step access and everything. Ugh, that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. I tried to turn out of it. Looking at it now, I should have just gone straight. Yeah. I messed up. So Ross is coming to pull me out. I'm never doing that again. In my defense of being stuck and why I was even over here in the first place, I knew this was kind of moist. Craig had said that it might be too wet to cross, but I was kind of just easing into it and it wasn't wet back there. And then all of a sudden, bam! Shakalaka. And looking at this now, I was getting stuck right there, so I tried to like spin out of it and pull it out like the other way, and then it got more messed up. So it smells like a swamp back here. I mean, she's pretty thick, pretty buried. And for those of you that have seen or heard in a video about concaves but don't really know what they are, this is a concave. This big bar that you see moving. So when you adjust the concave settings in your combine in the computer, this is what that looks like when your concaves are actually moving. After the combines were all inspected and fixed up, we also had to bring the headers into the shop and redo all of those. Just fix up the stuff that needed fixed, all the usual things. August 1st, and there's not a ton, there's a lot of stuff to do, but I am stacking bales. So we got some pasture ground that we're going to turn into wheat ground, and I just swathed it the other week, I think it was last week, and now it is baled, so I'm going to go stack the bales so that we can spray it and then disc it. But that field is so rough, and I called my boss and I was like, we should disc this, and he's like, oh, and I was like, yes. so now we're disking it. I don't know if that was already the plan before, but that's what's gonna happen. So I am about 12 bales into this. This is my 14th. And I am learning that this is a lot harder than it looks. Because you don't want to break the bale, you don't want to, like, you know, stab it the wrong way. This is also a tree bucket. It is not a hay grabber, a bale grabber. Like, they're all different, so it's a little bit harder than I thought it would be. And I also did not play enough video games as a child, so controls I'm very slow with. Here, I'll put you guys right there so you can see how long it takes me to do this. Ay, ay, ay. So you're coming up to the bale. You gotta give her a good old squeeze. I like to lift this up and put it down. Ay, ay, ay. Probably like that. Squeeze it out. I definitely did that one wrong. Can't even. Should have done in stacking these. I should have started on that side of the field and started stacking them right here instead of starting on this side of the field that's closest, because now I'm gonna have to drive longer from that side of the field to stack them right here. It's okay, it's a learning experience. Don't look at how imperfect it is. So, little fun fact, I've never been a fan of round bales. Holy moly, it's bumpy. But in southern Idaho, we have a bunch of square bales, so that's what I'm used to. And in my opinion, those are easier to handle. And up here, they say that they're harder to feed. But I'm just used to big square bales, like the 4x6s or whatever size they are. It might be different. It's reasonable. I have no idea. But round bales are definitely something to get used to. And they have their benefits, just like square bales. I quit doing it. Sometimes if you hit a bump, that thing will start wobbling. Here, I'll try to get it to do it again. There we go. Just, you know, hay stacking aesthetics. Oh my gosh, it drives me nuts. So I'm all done stacking bales. You can see the tracks there. It was kind of muddy because we just got a lot of rain, but it's okay that we stacked this field because we're just gonna disc it and spray it anyways. So the rest of the fields we're gonna have to wait on stacking just because it is super muddy and we don't want to tear them up, but all of the bales are stacked. Woohoo! So the plan now is to spray that field that we just stacked the bales on. Since I stacked them all by the fence, we should just be able to spray it and then disc it. We won't necessarily have to get the bales out before we do that. It is nice because then everything is done, but I don't think it will be because we can't deliver it yet. So for now, it is too hot to spray outside, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to wash combines for probably the rest of the day, and probably grain carts to make sure everything's real nice and clean, ready for harvest so that it looks nice on the drone footage. But right now I'm going to get lunch. I think I'm gonna get a crispy chicken sandwich if they have any more of those. So I got one yesterday from the gas station and it was pretty good. So we are in Hazen, North Dakota right now, and we just had a storm roll through the kind of the guts of North Dakota, and that is storm damage. There used to be standing crop there. It was canola, and now you can't even tell. It looks like spring. Like, there's wheat back there that's completely leveled. I'll attach some more videos that are in vertical mode, but this is awful. I've never seen anything like this. There's sunflower stalks over there. No heads left. Like, it's insane. Those sunflowers were flowering. It just, ugh.
The leaves were
nothing. It just completely shredded them. this corn is still standing. The other stuff that I just showed you guys was not standing at all. So this corn, they're still probably gonna have to combine. So I mean, that bus sign is tipped over backwards. The bins over here, like, look at that. Oh my gosh. And then right across the road, there's another bin down in there. So it went from there to over there. Insane amounts of weather that went through here. So that corn, they're still gonna have to combine probably because it's standing up, but when you have total loss, you don't have to combine it, and then if you have insurance, you still make the money.